As we move forward, we had a wonderful trailer of She-Hulk, the next series of Marvel and She-Hulk. I have thoughts, I have concerns, I have iffies. But what do you guys feel about the new trailer of She-Hulk? What are your thoughts?
I'm excited. Like, we finally, making a movie based off like a main female superhero. And yeah, it's She-Hulk, and you got Hulk there, like training her and teaching her and stuff. But I'm more excited, because we had a lot of Captain America movies, Spider-Man movies. They actually making a Scarlet Witch movie too. So just to see, and they had Miss Marvel as like a main character movie lead, but that movie didn't really do so well. So hopefully She-Hulk
Yeah.
can, go up there with the other Marvel movie characters.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, I'm torn. I know, because I guess I was like doing some research, and apparently, what makes it so difficult is that I guess green is like one of the most difficult colors from a makeup or a CGI aspect to make look realistic and human like. The advantage that the Incredible Hulk has is the fact that as the Incredible Hulk, he doesn't really look too man-like. He's a big, hulky, beastie figure of a creature, who's just humanoid in shape.
Hmm.
Um, but she looks rough. And I'm concerned. I'm not going to say like I'm to the point I'm not going to watch the show. It does look like the show kind of has like have like a comical value to it that I think that the MCU needs right now, especially because like we are missing people like Scott Lang who are off getting ready for their adventures, and and we don't really have Thor right now because he's off doing his thing, though he'll be back this July. So I do think it's time that we do have something a bit more lighthearted in terms of Marvel content. Um, but I don't know, man. Like I'm curious. So I mean, I guess that the trailer did its job in the fact that I am curious, but you know,
I'm
I'm gonna have to watch an episode or two and just kind of gauge it from there at this point. But I'm definitely not sold.
I'm with Angel. Well, I love She-Hulk. I am a fan of She-Hulk. It's
You
just
just want her to choke you, don't
you are so fucking
you?
right. You are. I want her to punish me. I want her to carry me up and do things to me.
Oh
But
my
that's
gosh!
that's here nor there. We're not talking
Right,
about my fetishes.
right. We
Um,
got Inosuke Simp and we got Lady Hulk Simp. Noted. Got it.
Lady Gunner, we need to make shirts. We
Yes.
need shirts
Oh
made.
my god. I'm here for it. Very quickly, I see Lexi Wexy in the chat say that she went to go see Endgame and didn't have an idea of what was going on. Um, Lexi Wexy, I would recommend to you if you can throw away maybe 2 hours a night for a couple of nights out the week, definitely log into Disney Plus. If you don't have Disney Plus, definitely go get it for like $10. You can get ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus, which is like $30, but you get it for like $10 a month. Go ahead and get that. Slide over to the Marvel section, and I challenge you to watch those movies in chronological or in release order. Either way works. And I assure you, by the time you get to Endgame, you will cry your eyes out, you will laugh, you will scream in excitement, you will cartwheel, you will ram your head into a wall. It is really an amazing experience. And while Infinity War and Endgame do stand well as a sequel series on their own, if you take the time to invest, they are an absolute wonderful and joyful experience. So if you have the time, go check it out. I don't know what your life's like, so yeah, I'm not gonna judge you if you can't, because I definitely get it. I should watch more things that I don't watch too. So I get it.
So yeah, She-Hulk for me, she's not. So She-Hulk is a very athletic woman, like very athletic, beautiful even, and there's just the CGI is off-putting. I know green is quite hard, but I will say Hulk second movie was probably the best green iteration of Hulk that I've seen ever. Mind you, I don't mind our current Hulk. I actually love him. But that personal design of that Hulk was just, to me, perfect.
Oh, are you talking about Edward Norton,
Yes.
the Incredible Hulk movie? Yeah, a lot of people sleep on that movie. That movie is not terrible. Like, it was actually pretty cool, and I think it's a pretty solid Hulk movie. So I'm with you there.
And it carried on a lot of the character. One of the main villains in that movie is in She-Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
So there's
Also in Shang-Chi, low key.
You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm quite interested in this. I mean, and for anyone who don't know what character I'm talking about, it's Abomination. Abomination's in there, and I can't wait to see him. So there's some give and takes. I'm gonna give my honest take. I'm sitting down. I'm interested. From a design standpoint, I'm iffy. I just want to see how the story is going to be. There's a lot of content, like I stated earlier, from Marvel that's being pushed out. I just want Marvel to take their time for it, because we have. If anyone missed the episode last night of the first episode back of Captain's Lounge, I had I had Charlie Wilson on the show, and he made some good points, and he said Marvel is setting up to have a lot of big bads on here. We have a lot of big bads that possibly can be in here. You have, of course, Kang the Conqueror. You have Dormammu. You have the setup for Secret Wars, which will have the Fantastic Four, which you're going to have you have Dr. Von Doom. You're going to have Mr. Doom, and the version I love so much, God Emperor Doom, because he's daddy. We have that version in there, and then
not daddy, he's zaddy. You got to put that Z on.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta put that big D in there, daddy.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And then that leads up to probably one of the biggest villains to me, where Marvel should end off. You have the entity that eats planets. You have Galactus. And you need that as the last final villain in which you can go off. And then you have other series in Blade. You have Loki Part 2. You have, Scarlet Witch movie. And Scarlet Witch is literally an entity of cosmic energy that is just unmatched. And then you have Third Eye, Doctor Strange come about. And there's a lot of setups for a lot of good things. I'm just worried that Marvel is... It's just moving a lot of great pieces just too much at one point in time. And I'm just like, pull back.
It can be a little nerve-wracking, I do agree.
Yeah, and it's like, and we could just segue into it, series that I believe should continue, Daredevil for damn sure. If anyone watched Daredevil, you know that series was phenomenal from beginning to end. That series
it was a Daredevil movie that came out in the 2000s. I feel like they should have made that into a series, because I think he could see at the time. All of a sudden he got blind, or he was already blind, but he could see people in the rain. Like
that was with
that movie.
You had Ben Affleck. That was the Ben Affleck one.
That was fun. Yes, I love that movie.
And then the series to me was phenomenal because my boy, what is it? Damn, I'm forgetting. The guy who played Kingpin. That series was great. Like, Kingpin was Kingpin in that movie. Absolutely. I mean, that series. So I'm really excited for Daredevil series in the works. You have to bring it back. Yeah, I mean, Daredevil was in the last Spider-Man movie, so that is beautiful things in the making. I'm iffy about a Scarlet Witch movie. Scarlet Witch already has her movie. It's called
WandaVision.
WandaVision and
But that's her living
Multiverse.
in her head, like.
But you have the Multiverse of Madness. That's a Wanda
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, I would argue that that movie was probably more of a Wanda movie than it actually was a Doctor Strange movie.
Right. Because
It was a Wanda origin story movie. Now we need her and all her gloriness, all her background. What she doing when the camera's not on Doctor Strange? What is you doing over there, ma'am? Like,
okay, so if they do something like that, that would be, if they do something like that, that's a perfect way to introduce more mutants, because in the Multiverse of Madness you have different iterations. So we had our Professor X, we had our Reed Richards, and with those people being showed in the Multiverse of Madness in the different world means they have their exact copies in the actual world of 616 and the one that we're in now as well. So with that being said, you can go right ahead and introduce more mutants with an origin stories for Scarlet Witch. That is something I have no issue with.
Okay. I got a question.
I hopefully have an answer.
So, something I was thinking about, and this is going to be a little spoilery. So I do apologize if you've not seen Multiverse of Madness yet, but it's not a huge spoiler because it's already been teased. But Professor X, played by Patrick Stewart, is in the movie. Now, the thing is, this is not Fox's Professor X, because the wheelchair that he uses is the animated Fox, or the animated series wheelchair, the yellow one that hovers.
Mm-hmm.
So, my other indication is when he pops up and, the score of the film doesn't play the Fox X-Men theme. It plays the 90s cartoons X-Men theme when he pops up on screen.
Yes.
So, exactly, yeah. So, my thing is, we know that Disney Plus is actually doing a X-Men 93 show, and anyone who watched the original run of that show knows that it got extremely weird, wonky, and kind of like dipped into like some multiversal and dimensional alternate dimension stuff like towards the end of that show. Do you think that we will see that show actually segues into being a part of the multiverse, and that is actually what segues the X-Men into the MCU?
Possibly. This conversation happened with me and Jordan. Hammer Black, everyone give my boy a follow. So I will want, that's a question that I will need Jordan to elaborate on, because I'm not someone as diverse into that as much as Jordan is. So when we have him as a guest, I will pin that for him to answer. But it will be a good segue into it. Man, I don't know.
I mean, it's a possibility, I would assume, but at the same time, hell, we thought we already had him with WandaVision. We thought we had him again somewhere in Loki, and we thought we were going to get him again in Multiverse of Madness, and here we are, and they're still not around.
They might, at least not in the Wanda movie. The X-Men might have to contain her. Like, you see, she's the most powerful. I'm sure she could probably be Doctor Strange. So I don't know. I feel like she would if she really tried.
I mean,
so maybe you might have to bring the X-Men in, all these group of people, the X-Men, Xavier, you might have to bring all them people in and to contain her because she's a cosmic force, like you said.
Wanda gave somebody.
They kind of already did.
Let me turn this AC off real quick. I'm about to freeze to death.
Oh yeah, but so with that we have WandaVision movie and Daredevil series in the works. So we can go ahead and move forward to